Good morning. It's your boy Butler, man. It's the best day of my life. Tomorrow's not promised. Go on, do your little dance while they still playing your song. That's my turn. That's my turn. We just broke a traffic law. Man, so this video is in reference to conflict and conflict resolution, man. And I'm bringing it up because last week I had an opportunity to start a chess/anger management class in DeKalb County Juvenile, and I was talking to some of the young men, and the discussion, we're learning how to play chess, but I'm also teaching them that decision making, goal setting, and being able to see the board with a clear mind all coincides with proper outcomes, dope outcomes, or effective outcomes. So we're breaking down, it's a 10-week program, so every week I'm going to touch on an element that contributes to their understanding of emotional intelligence. So the first element was empathy, which is, just simply trying to understand where an individual is in reference to how you interact with him or her. So the example that I brought up was that I can't say the individual's name because they're all underage and I don't want to get in any trouble. But man, I just created an example and I said, what happens if I'm with my daughter, I'm with my daughters, I'm with my wife, I'm with my mother, and you walk up to me and you step on my shoes in a disrespectful manner. And pretty much everybody was like, well, it's time to crash out. One individual, this little dude, I can't say his name, but he's smarter than the average bear. He is smarter than the average bear. I like this little dude, but he was like, Mr. Butler, he was like, why would I crash out over a pair of shoes? I could just wipe them off. And then he was like, can I have some more Doritos? It's just like, this dude, he's really advanced. I don't know how he got on probation, but he's a smart kid. But so I brought the example up because most of the guys that are in the program are I would say not aggressive, but they're protectors by nature. So to exhibit some degree or any degree of recessive or submissiveness, it's just not gonna happen, bro. Like nobody's trying to come out of a situation feeling like they're the weaker counterpart. So we break the situation down, and I explain the situation, a hypothetical situation where an individual goes to a club, has his tennis shoes, his white Air Force One stepped on. When this takes place, his shoe is affected, but what has really been altered is this individual's ego, because the shoes cost $115. You just throw $728 in the club. Like you just gave this away. But somebody stepped in your $150 tennis shoes. And technically the money that you threw, somebody stepped on it. They picked it up and put it in the bag. I'm just saying, when it boils down to the mere facts of these situations. So, an individual has his shoes stepped on. The person who allegedly stepped on his or her shoes does not apologize, does not seem or appear to be sympathetic. It's up. So, an altercation follows. It gets physical, which is time consuming because now your whole outfit is messed up. And we got to go to the parking lot. When we go to the parking lot, oh man, they showing up up now. Because You got that fire, he got that fire, we got that. We all got this in Atlanta. Everybody got the fire. And we all ready to crash out. So here we have it. My man who had his shoes stepped on, he aired that thing out. And he hit somebody and killed that person. Unfortunately, and fortunately, it's not the individual he was aiming at, because for whatever reason, all the firearms that we have in Metro Atlanta, nobody's going to the gun range. Nobody is going to the gun range. You is not shooting, not hitting the person that you shooting at. Horrible aim. Horrible. Nevertheless. So, somebody loses their life, then the individual that's involved goes to jail, and somebody's aware of it, they get questioned, they keep it real, so they end up doing a couple of months behind it. The person who actually does the killing gets life, then somebody dies. We have all utilized way too much energy, way too much money. It costs about $6,000 to $7,000 to bury a human being. We're not even talking about the emotional and physical loss and the trauma that it adds to the household. If it's a father or a mother, they got children, you add drama to all this could have been resolved by way of emotional intelligence, because our egos are not intact. We're either overly aggressive or unemotional at all. And so when we have this human-to-human contact, we turn up. It doesn't help that we're listening to black people killing black people all the time. That's all that's on our playlist. So when a potential conflict does transpire, we don't go, because we wish a nigga would try us. That's what we train to do. And we run with a clique of dudes, and apparently they get younger and younger. It's a dude 16 years old that just fired off at a club, and I want to say it was Texas or something. I could be wrong, but he shot 10 people. This little boy 16 years old, man. Hey, these youngins got the fire. They're not going to the gun range. We're not operating from a position of strength because we're not utilizing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence can be so effective, it should be mandated. It should be mandated in aspects of, and I'm not trying to take anything away from any victim that have been victimized, but I seen footage of a young lady who was gunned down by either her baby dad or her ex. She didn't want to be with him no more. Bro, they ran around the parking lot. This dude got a gun. He already got a restraining order on him. Man, I wish that he was strong enough to deal with his emotions, because he's not. I'm not sure what kind of trauma he was, but to gun anybody down, bro, because they don't want to be with you, it's a weird place to be. Now, here's the real element of it. I have been in situations where I've never wanted to hurt anybody else, but I felt like I would have drove off the side of the road. And that's a real statement. And I think that once you understand that, you know, the emotions that these people are having are real. They're not far-fetched. Everyday people are having these. These are not outcasts. These are regular human beings, man, with human body functions and emotions that are simply not operating from a position of strength. I think that our women, again, I'm just thinking out loud, what if she understood emotional intelligence and she understood what kind of idiot she was? I ain't gonna call my man an idiot, but what if she understood what kind of, from that aspect, monster she was dealing with? Like, he would really, like, you can't even break up with him in a regular way, because when you set your boundaries and you like, man, hey, I don't want to be with you no more, it's done. That thing crushed him. He not smart enough for that. You got to build him up to break up with him. And even that might not work. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking out loud. These are just ideas, but I was like, man, maybe she could have let him down a little easier. Again, she is the victim, bro. Rest in peace to her. And I think she might have had a child. That person who shot her should definitely pay the price. I wish that he was operating from a position of strength. I wish that he was utilizing his emotional intelligence, which he clearly was not. But in my mind, I say this, my point being that everybody should be helped to emotional intelligence, bro. It just helps you make better decisions when you're interacting with people. It helps you make better decisions when it's time for acute decision making. And it positions you in a way where the blow is not that tough. Allegedly. I think that anytime where you're able to think yourself out of a simple situation that could go all the way left, you've utilized emotional intelligence. And sometimes it just sitting all the way still, bro. So back to the point at hand, which was I was talking to my kids in class, and the conclusion that I left with them was this, is that, hey man, there's a lot that could come along with standing up for your respect or showing a person you ain't playing. Man, it could cost you your freedom, your lifetime. And when it boils down to it, bro, you don't realize how sad it really is until it's over with. Until you sitting in the cell somewhere, or you dead somewhere, or somebody else is dead, or you on the run, or it's all types of weird going on. And you like, man, I really could have. Emotional intelligence is the retrospect. It helps you think about the things that you could have done before you did them, thus allowing you to make better decisions. Because we keep talking about our emotions like they here in our motherfucking chest, and they not. They up here in our brain, bro. Your decisions do not come from your heart. All this emotional heart, love, all that stuff is in your brain. This shit is mathematical. It is not emotional at all. It's in your brain. It's in your brain. Your heart is used to pump blood, bro. It does not help you make decisions. We have this thing where we keep saying we love and we do these. I'm not saying love don't. What I'm saying is, bro, there's no scientific evidence that shows that a part of your decision making comes from your heart, bro. Your heart is used for something totally different. The decisions you make come from your motherfucking brain. So if we're not operating from a position of strength and a position of where we understanding that, hey, everything that possibly could take place, we got to start breaking this stuff down, man, or it'll break us down. Even if you dealing with a baby daddy who you know he ain't ish, you know he'll go do it. Okay, so why put faith in that relationship? If you understand that you're dealing with a snake, or you're dealing with a pig, or you're dealing with a puppy, don't get mad at the puppy for poo-pooing on your blanket. It's a puppy. That's what puppies do. If it's a snake, you can't get mad because that snake slither up and bite your ass. That's what snakes do, bro. So at the end of the day, emotional intelligence don't do nothing. Emotional intelligence allows us to mathematically break things down to where they make sense, and we can come up with a logical conclusion that will not leave us in an illogical outcome or undesirable outcome. Let me know how you feel about this, man. As I'm thinking about creating some literature, man, that coincides with this. I am going to create literature that coincides with this. And that's where we at with it. Make better decisions. Make healthier decisions for more desirable outcomes. This your boy Butler. It's the best day of my life, man. Go on, do your little dance while they still playing your song.